Hi friends and family, welcome to You Plug. Welcome to the plug that keeps you plugged in. Thank you for joining us once again. It's a Friday night, 7 p.m. only on your channel of choice. And I am Mac. I'm the head, I'm not the tail, I'm above and not beneath. I'm a child of the Most High God. Blessed and highly favored, a chosen generation, a royal priest of a nation belonging to God, to declare the praises of Him who has called us out of darkness into the beautiful and wonderful and magnificent world of relationships. And you are in the right place. Thank you for joining us. Please hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that each and every time that we post that you are notified of content. And we thank you for your continuous support. Thank you for calling your friends and gathering your family to come and 800 subscribers that we are at. And it is a milestone for us. Thank you so much. It encourages us and it keeps us going. So I am not alone.
Yes. Nagi opa wagaramalagana gumnar nom sudo katra fasa washa dro katagas gingi kitin kamazulu kamna tutursa gigoblo tawatro moro mutulu komaditsana buda komo utsare mutu. And I am always excited to be here. Thank you friends and family for choosing you plug as your channel of choice. Thank you for engaging, as Mike has already said. Please continue to invite others to rally around this channel. We talk real stuff here, and every time when we talk, we do our level best to remain authentic, but also to be as real as possible. And we are not here to make yes and amen statements. We just share our opinions as we are ourselves on a journey. And if we say something wrong this week and we discover that it was wrong, we'll come back next week and say, you know what, forget that one. This is the one, because that's that. And our conversations continue to be unscripted. Of course, we will talk about what subject we are addressing, but we continue to have this unscripted. We are not reading any script. We just share our views on these things. Like we always say, these are conversations that we normally have outside this space, and we want to also have them with you in this space. And make there's great stuff coming. Plug the you pluggers.
We have two important announcements. One, we are expanding.
Yes,
we are growing. And we want you plug to be home, and it should feel more homey, as homey as possible. We will be adding an extra member. But that will be announced very soon. We just want to keep you in the loop. Maybe you can, if you want to guess, if you want to bring in suggestions, please do that. Not that it will change anything, but just to
maybe you can guess who do you think that person will be. I'm not sure if they have been here or not, whatever. But as you see, who do you see fit? Maybe even from the previous guests we have had in the past, who do you see fit to be part of this space?
So that really excites us, that we get to grow the U-Plug family, and that we get to expand our reach, and that we get to have more real in-depth conversations with more perspectives. So please feel free to engage us on that. So that's that for now, but stay tuned for that announcement. And then number 2.
It's Easter. Easter is around the corner. I mean, normally we always give you a fantastic Easter content. We did that for the past 2 years. 2 years?
3.
This is the third one.
This is the third,
This will be the third one. So when we did it, we had audience, and we want to let you know that we will be doing the same. We will be having our Easter. It will premiere right here. But also we want you to be part of the pre-recording, because for Easter we always do the pre-recording so that it will premiere on Easter. So if you want to be part of that, we will continue to inform you. But I think for now we'll just keep it here, and then next week we will really communicate the date. When is it happening? If you are around Joburg and you want to swing by, and we have our Easter special that is coupled with a live session on relationships where we get to unpack certain topics, just as we did last year. Please just let us know, and we would love to have you at the U-Plug space to have that conversation.
And our door is still not closed. If you wish to sponsor an episode, please do that, and we will this helps us even to put together more content,
Sure.
to put together so many things, but we can do it as a form of an advertisement of your product or whatever that you
Sure.
are doing. But we are always open to sponsoring an episode for UPlug,
Yeah,
and that's how you get to partner with us. So
Yeah.
with that being said, or did you want to?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Going right into things. Yesterday, last week we
Yeah.
started another topic on
A heated one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a heated one. Yeah.
So as you can tell, if you went through last week's conversation, we try to grapple with all of this, and today we just want to kind of land it
Yeah.
as best as we can possible.
Yeah.
So please again do feel free to engage with us on your experiences or your thoughts as we continue to explore this theme on cheating.
On cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I just want to check. Can you see these fingers here?
Yeah.
How many?
Nah.
How many? Just making sure you don't have your glasses today. I just want to make sure that you see me, not us. Well, anyway, let's go into it. Let's go into it, Mac. Let's go into it. Let's. Yeah, man. Yeah, no. You want to tell you pluggers where your pair of eyes, an extra set.
Well, the you pluggers don't have to know most.
Okay. Okay, let's leave it there. That would be for another day.
It's what comes out of here that matters, not what. Yeah.
What is here?
Yeah.
Okay, what is here causes cheating.
So it's best if I don't have them, you see, so I won't see.
So guys, we're having this is a serious this is a serious and very sensitive conversation for that matter. And when we dropped the topic last week, we had said what do we then do if we have categorized this into three, that if you are being cheated on in dating, engaged relationship, and in marriage, because generally these are different levels of relationships. Of course, that's why we categorize it that way, because these are different levels. Relationships progress generally from dating to making a serious commitment, engagement, to marriage, and then you are on the other side of being married. But cheating remains cheating. And I think in my little mind, cheating will be a voluntary act of entertaining another person other than the person you have committed to, be it on a dating, marriage, dating, engaged, or marriage. All of that, it's a, even though people will just say whatever circumstances around it and say, I was just caught up in the heat of the moment or whatever. Oksalayo, it's a voluntary action. It's a voluntary action. You choose.
Volunteered to be in the
yes,
heat.
you volunteer to be in the heat, but also even to act.
Okay.
Act. It's not. This I'm not sure how I feel about cheating by mistake. When someone say, it was a mistake. But anyway, let's just go into it and discuss this thing. I had already started speaking on my side to say, if it's on a dating relationship and someone is with you and they've confessed their love for you and their intentions for with you, and then they go out and they have, and you have agreed that this is just the two of you, it will not include another person, and then they step out of that commitment and want and entertain romantically the other person apart from you. For me, for me, that's already a red flag. That's already especially if we have decided and we have communicated it clearly that this is just the two of us. We are going to be exclusive to each other, and we are going to try to explore what this is, just the two of us. And someone dishonor that commitment. For me, if it's on a dating space, for me, just kill that fire. For me, just I don't see any two ways about it, because I mean, dating, it's not a space where you need to endure heartbreaks. And well, in my world, I know that happens. You know, Mjolo can be tricky. You know, you can't divorce your heart into this thing. You know, but for me, and I think there should be levels of heartache in terms of in a dating relationship. I don't think you need to enjoy stress as if you're married to this person when you are still exploring whether you will be able to live with this person or not, and still enjoy. No, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. For me, I would pull the plug. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know what's your view.
Yeah, it's I'm still with the dating one. It's I'm still. I mean, I think we're going back to that other conversation where I'm a bit more sentimental in dating. Of course, that's my thoughts and my views.
Sure.
Not everyone approaches dating the way that I do and the way that I think about. But I hear you. And when I was talking about counseling last the past episode was whether you pull the plug or not, there's hurt that happened. There's disappointment that took place. I think it's important to ground yourself again, to get help in that sense, not to try and mend the relationship, but to acknowledge that you have been betrayed, that you feel like you were not honored as a person. So that's where I'd go to.
Yeah, and I don't feel like you've answered me. I'm saying, if someone come to you and say, in a dating relationship, and say, my boyfriend cheated on me, what do you advise that person?
Go to counseling.
And then after counseling?
And then decide from there.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, yeah, and then let's just take it as is. Let's just take it as is. Yeah. For me, and for me, I'm not trying to make an uninformed, emotional, irrational decision. It's because I'm aware of the impact of cheating on the other party, and how it can easily become a trend. Yeah. I will take that drastic measure just to pull the plug. Maybe someone has a different opinion, but also just knowing and understanding the society where we find ourselves. It's not very common for people who are dating to go for counseling,
which I would advocate for. That even before it gets to the point of having to break up, counseling in a sense, and I know you want to say dating shouldn't be too complicated, shouldn't involve too many things.
I wonder what should be counseled about cheating. What?
No, not about cheating, but the fact that it has had an impact on you.
Yeah, but I think those are two separate decisions for me. I think those are two separate decisions. I fully agree. I fully agree with you. Obviously, rightfully so, that if you are hurt, you have pain, you have find healing for that pain, and then decide on this relationship.
Let me put it like this: if you're a pastor again now of a church,
yeah.
Your member comes to you who's in a relationship, they're dating, they've not entertained the talks of being engaged, and they say my partner cheated on me. What's your approach then to that situation?
Yeah, I mean, my response will not necessarily change. That's why for me, before dating there should be advice, and I always advocate for that. Before dating there should be advice. One of the things is there should be boundaries. For me, the first question is, I would ask you, what was the agreement between the two of you if a case like this happens? And then honor that agreement. That for me, that would be because I think we need to communicate expectations and things like that before we get into a relationship, before we commit into loving each other and choosing to be exclusive to each other. My question would be, between you and this person, what was the agreement if a case like this happens? Because we have to have that in mind in talks, in any phase of relationship. So if your agreement with whoever, because I'm not there to dictate terms, if your agreement was that we try to work things out, then honor that.
Okay.
If your agreement was that we stop it, I will help you. I will empower you to live with so much boldness and even offer counseling as well. To the pain that the person is experiencing. But for me that would be the advice. That's why I'm saying we need to agree what we are entering into. What are the agreements in this thing? And if someone steps fall off this agreement, then what did you agree on that? If you have agreed or someone fall off, then honor that. Yeah.
Let's go to the next one, being engaged. I think time is but I think that you pluggers have gotten a sense of where we're at now. Let's move on to the engagement. What do you say to somebody who's engaged and they're being cheated on?
Engaged to be married. I'm trying to think of the case of Mary and Joseph without even trying to spiritualize and wasting a whole lot of time to, where Joseph discovered that his wife to be is pregnant, and it was not him, it was not his act, and how he responded to that was he was going to secretly, the Bible would say, because he was an honorable man, he resolved to divorce her in private, so that he will not live shame and all of those things and people ostracizing her and stuff. So he would gently walk off, because we had agreed that we are going to get married, and the commitment of marriage is that of exclusivity, that I am exclusive to this person and this person is exclusive to me. We are not going to entertain any other person. Sure. For me, I would also see it as such. If we have agreed that we are going to get married, and within the Christian space, if we have agreed that we are going to get married, this is our agreement of marriage. Obviously, like this one, there should be conversations prior to this. How do we deal with things like this if they happen when we are in a relationship? For me, I would still advise the same. Obviously, this one, because it's a little bit different, because it has a commitment to marriage into it. Firstly, we have to first consider the opinion of the one who has been cheated on. how do they feel about it. If then they feel like they want to give it another chance, then for me I would say then it will depend on the extent of the this cheating. I mean, cheating is cheating. I mean, is it what? Is it, hey, I like you too. Okay, maybe we let's try to make it work. Or is it something that went deeper than that, of saying we were intimate with each other, like it went to that deep, and we're having deeper plans to that. Then for me, if it got to that level, to that extent, for me, I would advise someone to walk away. Yeah, I would advise them to walk away, because this person still did not honor their but if it's that's what I'm saying, I will assess the depth of this thing, and the potential harm that it had caused. Obviously, it's not us who assesses. It depends on this person and what they want, whoever that is bringing the case of being cheated on. But then if they want to make things work, for me, I would, if I am to help them and help to make them aware of certain things, I would then look at the extent of the cheating. How far did it go, and how long has it been? Is it something that is just starting, or does it have months? And then we look into all of those things. But for me, if it has been a long time, then it's not a mistake. It's a decision that this person has made. Even though I don't necessarily believe in a mistake, but I mean, if it's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, we have been seeing each other for 4 months, that is a red flag. And if it has included even intimacy, it's even worse for me. I would just say I would advise you away. I don't know.
Yeah. I want to. I mean, I don't want to be repetitive, so I kind of want to just go to the next one, assuming that. And you'll just tell me if my assumption is wrong, or just fill in there. But what would the difference then be in the approach with this one and people who are married? This is your approach to engaged people?
Yeah.
Would it be the same to married people, or what would be the difference? Because it's quite in depth in the way that you put it for engaged people. I would have automatically assumed that would be the same formula for people who are married.
Yeah. I mean, that's a difficult one. First thing first, just like the engaged, I think for me, it depends on the agreement that you have prior to this thing. Obviously, we know that marriage is a commitment of lifetime. It's a commitment of permanence. Till death do us part. And we have rules also that helps us to live within that. Depending on our makeup, our experiences, and also the word of God there as a primary guideline to navigate marriage. And for me, if this happened within the space of marriage, I would kind of again, it depends on the agreement. It depends on the agreement. I think I've communicated it several times on this platform that yes, my wife and I have an agreement that if I cheat, or if she cheats, then that's an automatic game over for us, because I don't have strength to be dealing with that, and that was that's our. Can
I ask?
Yeah.
Did you speak about the extent of the cheating, or it's just cheating overall?
No, for us it's just cheating overall.
So it's a case whereby if you
start entertaining someone outside this this marital commitment, if you start entertaining someone out of this commitment, for us that's a cut.
Okay.
Yeah, but obviously I don't want to apply that in on someone else. That's why I'm saying it always depends on the agreement between the couple. You need to if you have not made those kind of agreements and those kind of commitments, for me, I would encourage people who are dating to do that, to have those serious conversations. What happens if I cheat? What happens if the next person cheat? How do we respond to this thing? So that we already have measures in place. When you cheat, you already know. In this relationship, we have 5 rules. When you cheat, you know you broke rule number 2, number 1, number 3, and then you know what are the consequences of that. It's off ramp. And obviously, I'm not trying to undermine the value of the two shall become one and the importance of that. But even with that, the two shall become one, there are terms and conditions of keeping that union going. You are not going to. It takes 2 people to make a relationship work. It does not matter how committed and anointed and how powerful and all of those things you are. If one person is not willing to carry their load, it does not matter how much you think you know. It's just going to be a difficult space to live within. And you need to make a decision to say, do I need to continue to live in this space? Is this thing working? But also, the complications of marriage within our Christian spaces, the only thing that should warrant divorce, it's if someone go and have sexual affairs out of this commitment, and obviously that will be the same as cheating. But whether you want to forgive and make it work, that will be up to the 2 of you, and if you are willing to want to make it work. But then communicate expectations so that you don't have to sit too long and try to figure out when you are already in the situation, when you've already arrived. I don't know what's your view.
So in simple terms, let's just not cheat so that
no, that's the one. Let's just save each other heartaches and a lot of problems.
And having to tick boxes that rule number 1 was broken and all of
that. Let's just leave it. Let's just leave those things and communicate if we want to or do not want to be in a relationship anymore. If you want to date multiple people, obviously that's not what we are encouraging from a Christian standpoint. If you want to do that, declare those things to whoever that you are being. If you are one person who does not subscribe to this exclusivity, and one person for the other, being in a relationship with the other, and you want to be casual, whatever, I ultimately discuss expectations so that when cases like this come, we should not be caught off guard. Even if you are a man of God, you are anointed, you are, and all of those things, you need to discuss these things, because they may happen.
Yeah, and I think in all seriousness, as much as we say don't cheat, we're not even suggesting that there won't be times where the opportunity is presented and you're faced with that temptation.
Sure.
But I think it's really important for us to ground ourselves and even reflect on the commitments that we have made, to reflect on the vows that you made, and especially your commitment to follow God, in the Christian space, because that's also what keeps us in check. That's also what we need to. Cheating, like we said, does not happen out of your control. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
You really need to decide.
Yes.
And you, as much as you decide to cheat, you can decide to withhold and not to entertain that. So I think the challenge more here is not for us to see how we can work around the cheating.
Yes.
But not to the challenge is not to entertain.
And that lies within a decision. It's a choice that we make. That's when love becomes a choice, not an emotional. Obviously, we'll have this conversation one day, but love needs to become a choice where even if I don't feel emotionally connected sometime. Because, those who have been married longer will tell you that, there are different seasons, there are days when there are times where, you feel like, I just want to strangle this person. I just want to, maybe my day will be better.
I just don't feel like.
I don't feel like, I don't feel this person,
And it's not personal.
And it's not personal. And you really have to choose to love them beyond their feelings.
Sure.
It needs to be a decision. And then I don't know how it looks there by you. How have you dealt with the case where you have been cheated on? Have you been cheated on? What are you doing with that? What's your thinking? What's your take on the subject? Please keep us posted.
Yeah.
Share with us your opinions. We would love to learn from you. And if you want to engage us in person, just hit us. We are more than happy to have you come and we unpack this conversation with you. So from the two of us, remain plugged. Ciao.